Okay, hey, I'm gonna do a little movie here before you paint, just to show what we've done on the windows.
All right.
Do you want to start by saying hi?
Hello.
Got to get better at this. Okay, so what have we done? We have finished repairing all the casings and the sashes of all the windows, 5 windows. And there has been a very tedious process of stripping, removing the rust, the paint, the rust, and polishing the existing hinges and hardware that came with the windows. And the hardware that was missing, we have salvaged some from other old windows from salvage yards and pieced together a full set. Mostly, this is the support brackets for each sash. We even saved the screws, all the screws that we could, and cleaned them with a wire brush. These are the little closers that will lock the window closed. I don't even know what to call all of this stuff. I found this is old, which was down underneath one of the casings. This was half of one of the oldest hinges, I guess. That would have been nice. I think all of this hardware set is probably, I think we're thinking it's 150 years old. Anyway, it's been really difficult. We marked everything except the hinges, thinking that we would be able to line them up again because the holes match and the shape of the mortise matched. Or we assumed that they would match the hinges, but after taking everything out, tightening everything up, repairing all of the loose joints, I had to do significant work on this one in particular because it was rotted out interior. So there's a lot of this what do you call it, like chemical wood that I used to reset this thing. But they're really, really solid and really, really square now. But they didn't used to be. And so at most every one of these, the sashes wouldn't quite fit because they had been fit to an unsquare and an unsound frame at some point. And since we didn't mark the hinges, it turned out that we couldn't figure out which hinges went where anymore. Many of them, the screw holes were the same, are close enough that we had a lot of doubt. And so we had cycled through endless permutations. I mean, thank God we did know where the sashes were. We did mark the sashes, because if we had to actually search through the sashes and match them to the casings, if that was a variable, I think I would have given up for sure. But it took probably three solid days of work, of trial and error, taking these hinges apart, recombining them in various ways, before I finally started to feel certain about, say, 1 or 2 windows that these set of hinges must go here, and it narrowed the possibilities on the others. But man, was it frustrating. If I ever do this again, I certainly will mark every single element that came out of every single window. I think I would put every single bit of it in a box and clean it, do whatever I do, but never mix and match them. It was so stupid. But as you can see, it's working well now. And what else? The only other thing I got accomplished was getting this sill plate mostly down. We were excited for earlier in the week to have a big delivery from the local lumber yard. Actually, 2 lumber yards. The second one is actually a really great little one-man sawmill up the road that we've gotten wood from before. We really like the guy. And he's cutting us some special beams, some joists that are kind of a non-standard size. So they'll be exposed from below in this garage. And they're more structurally robust, and they will look nicer when finished. And but the lumber yard in the little town up the road, which is like a company, they delivered the wood and they got the order wrong. So the impregnated stuff, they gave me 1 piece instead of 5 or 6 pieces, and it really set me back like 2 or 3 days. It was really frustrating. I was so angry. So we had hoped to have all of this framed in and a floor or a roof on it over the course of this week, and I probably could have done it. If we'd marked the hinges for sure, we could have done it. But the wood wasn't here, so everything